outside. Now he came to holler. Yeah, you know I got my oil. You want me to bring out my consensual oil? Want me to bring out my oil?
Where is it?
He said you want me to bring out my consensual oils. I'm gonna bring it out for you for the last time. This is my last FO, baby. It's my last train of Paris. You'll know, but you lucky that I like my lady with a little salt and pepper head. I like a little salt and pepper on that thing, young. Like my seasoning on the bird. Like a seasoning bird. Listen, mommy. I don't do this to everybody, you know.
Oh, this is me too.
I believe you. I believe you. It's about me, miss. You paying me? Oh, this woman's crazy. She ain't paying me talking about she won't be on here. No. This ain't about me. I'm Michael Jackson. I'm David Ruffin. I'm David Ruffin, baby. How you doing? My consensual oils. Let me get you right. I'm going to get my oils, baby. I'm trying to set the mood. I'm trying to set the mood. That's all I'm trying to do, baby. Don't mind me. That's all I'm trying to do. You're gonna talk to me right now, but I'm just bringing out my oils. My oils went viral already. They on TMZ, they on every station right now. These oils. What's going on? What's going on, Queen? How you feeling today? Hey, Buck. Yeah. I was gifted these things. A woman came and bought me these things. That's how it usually goes anyway. She set it up. She gave me these things. Consensual oil stuff. This is a consensual oil. And the Astro Glide slip and slide. But look, if it don't slip, you must have quit. I figured it out. I cracked the code. If it don't slip, you must have quit. OOTAONGO. Food on.
I can't do nothing without seeing you.
Oh, that's God. Oh, look at me, all mine, I owe them all mine. Oh, all the bad stuff is live like this. Oh, Lord. Hello, wait. You didn't get the light? Let me give you the right light. See over here? Over there?
Got the oil.
This is where we come. Let's move right here. Oh, we right here.
What's the verdict? What's the verdict, guy?
I did.
Is he coming home? What do we think? Diddy's home. Could be released. Out on bail. Hey, can you guys tell what I'm eating right now? Can y'all tell me? Can you tell what I'm eating right now? How's everybody doing tonight, buddy? Hello, buddy. Hello, everybody. Is P. Diddy? Is he coming home? Is he coming home? I'm coming home. What y'all think? see what TMZ got to say.
Welcome to TMZ Live. Harvey Levin here. The jury has had the Diddy case for only a matter of an hour or two, and there is already strife, and we are going to talk about what this means. But short story, the jurors sent a note to the judge already saying that juror 25 cannot follow the judge's instructions. I think I know what that means. It certainly sounds like most of the jury, 11 jurors, agree on what they want to do here, at least on something. And we don't know. It could be just for one of the counts. It could be for one of the counts. It could be for all of the counts. Entire case. It's weird that a couple hours in that they already send a note, because that means they're not even, there's no need for them to discuss anything. Like, we know this is what we want. Feels like this guy's a holdout. Right, and this one person is the holdout. And so now the question, what does this mean? The only thing I can think of is if there are 11 people on one side, and again, very quickly know what they want to do. Because if there were 5, why would they single out this one if 4 others felt the same way? Right? So it seems like this one guy.
Doug Wigdor, the attorney representing Castor Ventura, told reporters outside the courthouse that his team is pleased that Combs has, quote, finally been held accountable. Again, remember, he's still facing a max of 20 years for the Mann Act charges. Of course, we would have liked to have seen a conviction on the sex crime in Rico, but we understand that beyond a reasonable doubt is a high standard, Wigdor said. We're just pleased he still faces substantial jail time. So, when asked how his father was feeling, Combs' son Christian said, great, and his daughters added, good, happy. As Comey explained, Combs could serve up to 20 years. The family's joy faded slightly, although they still looked happy as they left the court. Thank you, love you, Combs told his loved ones in court as he was led away for at least 8 more hours of custody. For those that are just joining us, they will be having a bail hearing to see whether or not, because of course the defense is asking that he be released from jail. There will be a bail hearing today at 5 p.m. Eastern. So Ramal, the hometown Heat Brown, a former hip-hop disc jockey at 105.3 KJANS in Tulsa, Oklahoma, believes that, quote, depending on how many years he gets, I can see Diddy returning to the music industry without much backlash. He won't be as celebrated as he was, but he's powerful and has connections, he added, noting that music fans could be forgiving. But then there are those who believe that the music executive still has legal troubles ahead. The reality is this is far from over. Diddy is still facing dozens, more than dozens, of civil lawsuits that he'll have to contend with. So he's going to be in a very long legal fight, said Shamira Ibrahim, a freelance culture writer. The biggest impact from the case is how eyes were opened to how Diddy weaponized his position in the music industry to abuse women and to put people into insecure positions, and that won't go away anytime soon. They continue in regards to NBC's reporting. It said the defense asked for Combs' release from prison and for him to be allowed to live in his Miami home while noting that his plane was already sequestered. I believe his private jet is in Maui, they said. I don't know why it's there. I don't know if you guys remember, because I did talk about this, I think with Kirsten, that his plane, they've been renting it out, and he's already made millions off of renting out his private jet while he's in prison, reportedly on that. NBC legal analyst Kirsten Fedin said, I think there's a high likelihood that he walks today. Keep in mind what the jury found, Fedin said, noting he was found not guilty of the most serious charges of sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy. So they really ripped out the threat element. They ripped out the violent element. They ripped out the violent parts of what the prosecution used as the main things to keep them in bail, Fedin explained. So this is important for us to know. Again, there is going to be a 5 p.m. bail hearing. She's saying because he's been acquitted of those violent and threatening charges, this could open the door for him to walk today until his sentencing. With his plane sequestered with him and being in Miami and the fact that he is a celebrity where he can't really go unnoticed, there is a high likelihood that the judge may release him on bail today, she added.
All right.
Okay, man.
Thanks for calling us sophisticated, by the way.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. We don't hear
that.
Thank you, man. I do what I can.
Okay.
I do what I
All
can.
right.
We are going to take a break.
All right.
There is another big case today.
Yeah, there was another big case, this one in Idaho. When we come back, Brian Koberger faces the judge with his plea deal. What he said to the judge when he was asked, are you saying you're guilty because you are actually guilty?
Goodbye, Richard. Let's go on TV.
All day. And I got to say, it really is interesting when you come down to it. What exactly is this judge going to sentence him to? Because it really is a prostitution case just across state lines. So it's an archaic law that, you know, again, if it were all done within, like if it were all done in Los Angeles, this wouldn't even be a DA case. It wouldn't be a felony. It'd be a misdemeanor. So, manic. So it's a felony.
Well, it wouldn't be manic. I mean, transportation is what makes it the manic.
Set of facts
It
are
would
the
just
same.
be solicitation of prostitution.
Or it would actually be prostitution, where you bring somebody across state lines. Just here, it's done within a city. It's the same act. It's just, I'm taking you from Encino to the Four Seasons.
Yes, exactly. So if you do it between city to city,
It's a misdemeanor.
yeah, it's solicitation of prostitution.
So,
the transportation isn't the issue. It's the crossing state lines that makes it a federal offense.
I understand, but all I'm saying is
transportation.
the set of facts, the wrongdoing, is really a plane ticket. I know. And all I'm saying is, I don't think he's going to get significant prison time.
You lie.
Okay.
You stretch it to try and, wow, what prosecutors? Daniela Comey in there.
Okay. Stand up. Here we go.
Let's see. Make sure you hit them lights. Hit them lights. Hit them lights.
Got it. Here we go. Stand up. Okay.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. The other big case that went down today was in Idaho, where Brian Kohberger, the accused, although actually we don't even have to say accused now, the murderer of those 4 college students at the University of Idaho, he was in court to enter his plea. And the plea deal that we told you outraged some of these families.
Two of the families are furious at this. And it's so interesting. The judge actually made mention, kind of obliquely, about this before accepting the plea deal, and said that I am not going to be influenced by what other people say. I've been getting a lot of phone calls and voice messages. I'm not considering it. But the key moment in this plea deal, where Brian Kohberger has pled guilty to burglary and 4 counts of murder, he was asked a question. And the question isn't so much, are you pleading guilty to save your ass from the death penalty? The question is, did you do it? How many minutes? 5. Okay, we can talk a little bit after. Yeah.
I mean, what happened in court was pretty standard, what we expected. I feel so badly for those families that were so upset about this, the Gonzalez family, because there was no opportunity. And I guess at sentencing, maybe they'll have that opportunity to voice their anger about this.
But it's over, though. I mean, this is not, the sentence is already there. So he's already accepted the sentence. He said he's not going to argue the sentence. There may be an opportunity for the victims to speak, but it's not going to matter. It will not move the needle.
I get it doesn't matter the outcome of the case. I think it matters to them to be able to get that out, right? To be able to.
I think it's unsatisfying for them, at least for 2 families.
No, there were 2 families that were fine with it.
2 families are fine, but 2 are so outraged. And remember, we found another case where the DA did exactly the same thing with a very similar case 2 decades ago. Same DA. And we can't get any answers from the DA on why. Okay, we have been talking about J-Lo and Ben's marital house now. They have been trying to unload this after their marriage blew up. It is a house they spent $60+ million on, lived in for less than a year. J-Lo is still living in it because she's remodeling a new house, but they have been trying to sell this. And
so
there are no buyers.
Only one thing left to do, right? Take it off the market.
Yeah.
No one's buying.
And they've lowered the price almost $10 million. Still no takers. And at a point, it's a white elephant. You know, it's a white elephant. It's not racist. My God.
Look, I don't care what you say. I don't buy what has been sold to me. And that's not the way the process should work. The way the process should work is people deliberate, and there are times during a deliberation where one side may be brought over to the other side, guilty to not guilty, not guilty to guilty. But for right out of the gate, a note to be brought that says, hey, this juror is not playing nicely in the sandbox is very concerning, and finally could raise an issue on appeal depending upon how it's dealt with. Now, how it was dealt with is the judge sent back a note saying, hey, you know, you got to follow my rules, you have to follow the law, go back and deliberate, and that's exactly what the jury is expected to do.
Yeah, and on that point, the judge said, bring it up, Tom? I'm going to ask my producer to bring up the graphic. He said, the judge said, I received your note. I remind every juror of their duty to deliberate and their obligation to follow my instructions in the law. With that instruction in mind, please continue deliberating, he said. But can you tell us about the instructions from the judge here?
I would have dumped him. All you gotta do is dump him.